Why, hello there, folks, and welcome to another round of Modern. It is Dylan from Alternate Universes, and on the left we have Chris Trabini playing Blue White Hammer, and on the right we have Michael Mapson from the Dark Depths podcast playing Amulet Titan. This is a pretty good matchup. This is a matchup we've been seeing fairly often since the dawn of Modern Horizons 2 in summer 2021. We're going on 2 years of having Modern Horizons 2 in the format. Folks, are you getting a little tired of MH2, or are you okay with our pseudo rotation set that we had? I know I have some people at the shop who kind of dislike Modern Horizons 2. Not crazy about the fact that it forced a rotation, or a kind of rotation of decks and stuff, and I can understand that. But let me know what you think. What do you down in the comments below? Do you like Modern Horizons 2? Do you enjoy the power level of the cards that were introduced? Are you excited for Modern Horizons 3? Not something that we know about currently, but let's be real here. MH2 sold like hotcakes, and they're going to do it again. Now, this is round 2 of our weekly Modern tournament. We host a Modern tournament every Monday that we stream live on Twitch at Alternate Universes Live. That's our Twitch name. Now, we don't stream Modern every week. We also do a One Piece tournament, so I switch every two. I'll do 2 weeks of Modern and 2 weeks of One Piece. So we did this week Modern, next week will be Modern as well. Then we're back to One Piece, and then we'll rotate. Now, of course, that will change depending on like what type of events are coming up. If I have an RCQ that's coming up, I'm gonna stream Modern to get some more content and prepare for that RCQ. But if I have a One Piece 1K or a regional coming up for that, same thing. Now we got Chris casting a Spell Pierce here on that Explorer, not letting Mapson draw cards. When your opponent has a double amulet in play, you kind of just have to be fearful of anything that could be the nuts, right? I mean, Bounce Land Titan is very much lethal here. Barring Chris having some type of interaction that Hammer doesn't typically play. But yes, as I was saying, this is round 2. We're starting with round 2 today. Not that you know that I'm starting with round 2, but I'm starting commentating with round 2 because round 1 is a treat. It'll be posted already by the point that this video has come out. It is taking turns versus Blue-Red Murktide, and I suggest you go watch it. But it's not the first thing I wanted to commentate in the morning. I do these early in the morning, so you know, gotta have some energy, gotta get some coffee. Right. That's going to play a Vesuva as a copy of Simic Growth Chamber. Going to make 4 mana off of it. Going to cast an Explorer, leaving probably green floating. Could also leave green-blue floating in case he draws a Tolari West in order to transmute it. Yeah, going to just use an Explorer here. Yeah, that's fine. This will give him 2 additional land drops. I think Mapson's just in that point the Titan can be in, where you're just spinning wheels to try and find whatever piece you need. Now, granted, Chris's board state's not very commanding. Granted, he does have a Sigarda's Aid and Urza Saga on 2. He will be able to make a construct this turn. And then, assuming Mapson doesn't have any interaction, but we do know he has a Beseiju who endures. So Mapson probably going to pick up the Beseiju. There it is, picking up the Beseiju. I think there's going to be a conversation about how many land drops Mapson has. But yes, if there's no interaction from Mapson, then Chris can make a construct here, and then his next turn either make another construct or make mana, and then fetch a hammer from the deck and just equip it with the Sigarda's Aid. There's a Dryad of the Elysian Grove coming out here, using the floating mana for that. Chris fetching with an Arid Mesa, which I kept looking at that card. I was like, "Is that a what is that? What is that land?" I forget there was a secret lair for the enemy fetches. The Misty's really pretty. Like, we get the Misty in at the shop every once in a while, but none of the other ones. So I just kind of forget that they exist. And most of the time, the enemy fetches that I see, like, people are using, are, like, the retro-framed ones from Modern Horizons 2, or, Weirdly, the Zendikar Rising Expeditions. Those are like the big two that I see.
Okay, and then I'll blacksmith seal the saga.
Right, so Matson going to Beseiju the Urza Saga in response to the fetch
And
land.
then I'll get a different
However,
land
Chris
actually
will
because
cast
his
a
response is
blacksmith
better.
skill to give it indestructible.
But at least your guy comes in taps. Well, not, you know what
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah. Am I actually getting that land? Maybe that doesn't make any
Chris,
sense.
I
Yeah,
think,
I guess we're
deciding what he
still
wants to
getting
fetch here.
basic
He
plans.
opted for basic planes originally before maps had interacted.
I know, but
And I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a tapped Hallowed Fountain if I'm not doing anything else. But decides, still, just to be safe, let's get that untapped planes. Maybe fearing more interaction from Amson.
that'll be cool.
Now, the matchup's interesting. This is a matchup I think historically Amulet Titan is favored in because of sideboard pieces that Titan has access to. Also, it's the fact that Hammer can't really disrupt what Titan wants to do game one. If Amulet draws faster, it's just going to kill you. Granted, also possible for Hammer. Both decks do possess a turn to kill. Though I do think Hammer's is a lot less consistent than Titan's is. And then this is when like Chris turn 2's maps the next game or something like that.
And then I'll play Windswept Teeth and I'll pass.
Alright, there's that construct getting made, getting a hammer and auto attaching it. Currently has a 12-12. Now Mapson does have some like time here, right? Until Chris finds like a Shadow Spear, Mapson can just make constructs and throw them in front of the construct. You're one land away from Valakut being live. Because we're gonna fetch down at 18 here. That could also just be a game plan that Mapson goes for, is using Valakut to kill. The rough part is the Saga will pop next turn, so he'll have to find 2 more lands. But he could grab Expedition Map as third Amulet of Vigor. Probably not the thing that we want here. Map for second Valakut, and then having ideally a bounce land could be very strong.
Combat 12.
Going to crack in for 12 here. Going to make a construct.
I'll play a Sure. I'll pass.
Construct's going to block. Chris is going to play a Cigar Aid in main phase 2.
Yep.
There's that Expedition map coming off the Urza Saga. It feels like it makes the most sense. There's just no reason to have a third Amulet in play. Going to make a construct there. There's a beautiful Iron Giant token drawn by the expertly talented Dylan from Alternate Universes. If you want custom tokens, come to the shop. I love drawing terrible pictures because I suck at drawing. But it's a good time.
It came in off the Saga.
Yeah, and you
I've
make
drawn
guy.
way too many tokens.
From my hand.
Oh,
And
okay.
weirdly, alt-art leaders, or weirdly One Piece leaders as well. Matson's construct, currently a 4-4. Plays a Urza Saga as land for turn.
Am I good? Draw card. I'll play planes and go to combat here for 12. Yep.
Alright, going to crack in for a big amount of damage. Once again, going to see the construct valiantly jump in front.
What am I doing? I meant to do that.
Going to crack the Expedition map. Goes and gets a Teleria West.
Bad. Like in my head, I was like, okay, we'll just do it all in a turn. But this is sorcery. That was real bad. Probably after this was get Valentine, then I can.
Saga will go to 2.
Use green.
Yep. Yep.
Why not?
Constructs are
Plays
very large now.
the third Amulet. We'll transmute to Larry Wester. Gets a Summoner's Pact. Look at that beautiful altered Summoner's Pact. It is so cool.
I'll cast Emperor's Mystic. Trigger. Grab another hammer.
You know, as somebody who has a pretty cool looking Amulet Titan deck, I've got like all the full arts and all that jazz. Let me tell you, honestly, a little jealous. Mapson's deck, the altars, so pretty. He has a tireless tracker in his board that has been altered to be Boba Fett, and let me tell you, that is the coolest thing in the world.
I'll just go to combat. Attack.
I'm a giant Star Wars geek at heart. Here's big damage coming in. Gonna make a construct to block.
Flash in hammer.
Flashes in another hammer going to go onto the Pure Steel Paladin. We'll get the draw card.
12. Yep. That dies. You had 8.
Mepson takes 12 down to 8. But yes, big Star Wars fan.
Cast Ornithopter. No pass.
Very cool when people bring Star Wars altars to the shop.
Yep.
So I got going to pop here. Probably going to get the 4th Amulet because I don't think there's any other targets in the deck besides maybe a Relic of Progenitus, depending on what version of the deck you play.
Cast Spell Pierce.
Though Haywire might kind of interesting. Just not worth playing in the main board probably.
You're gonna be really sad when he goes bounce land.
Do you bounce land?
No, I have a cavalry.
Okay.
Summoner's Pact getting cast here. There is 2 Spell Pierces getting played. If Mapson has a bounce land, he wins the game.
Feels bad that I punted so
Which is like kind of funny.
Giant.
Yep.
Then I have to pay for it. Yeah, I'm just dead. I threw that by like forgetting.
Alright,
that
Mapson I think is
Larry West was
realizing that he can't actually kill, and we'll scoop it up. Chris will be taking game 1. We'll be right back in literally just like 10 seconds, and game 2 will be starting. Wow, look at that. Game 2.
Yep. Draw card. Saga, trigger.
copycat.
Play Springleaf Drum. Cast Ornithopter. And then I'll march your Saga.
Kind of weird.
Alright, Mapson leading on a Urza Saga into an Amulet of Vigor. Chris going and playing Springleaf Drum, Ornithopter, Urza Saga, and then a March of Otherworldly Lights to exile the Urza Saga. That is big game. I don't know if any of you card gamers out there have ever had your Urza Saga exiled to a 1-mana white spell. It's painful. It does not feel good.
Draw card. Trigger here.
Ornithopter getting dismembered.
That sucks.
I was up running around doing stuff and helping my customer or coworker with a buy. I was like, I don't remember this part of the game. That's right. Shout out to Christian Foley for taking over and doing the life totals for me while I was away. Much appreciated, my friend.
Play Nexus.
There's an Inkmoth Nexus here. And a Colossus Hammer getting played. Chris has no colored mana. Babson also not really rocking with too much here. That Urza Saga is going to pop. Going to probably get an Ornithopter. Looks like he's grabbing a hammer.
I forgot for a second. Like I just blanked on transmute being sourced.
He has a planes in hand.
It just like I
I
walked.
think if you get Ornithopter, you can make double white, play like Pure Skill Paladin off of it now.
Well, it just did. So.
I'll play a planes, and then I'll tap this and that. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna use the color sliding to animate Inkmoth Nexus, and then I'll tap for 2 and cast Mr. Paladin,
Yeah, and then you just can slide the hammer onto the Inkmoth Nexus.
and then I'll move to equip this on Inkmoth.
Big boy.
Big boy. Is that good? Attack.
That Mapson could have like a Beseiju.
Okay.
I'm deciding if I'm deciding the thing that kills me or the other thing that kills me.
Very high chance.
Seems good.
I was talking about turn 2 kills when we have like a turn 3 kill, and Chris would have
Go for the thing that
probably turned. Okay, there's the Beseiju.
Yeah.
Popping the hammer.
So I'll search for a hollowed fountain. I'm gonna shock
Epson will take a point of infect damage.
Why don't you have an infect counter, bro? Poor production quality.
Cast Guardian. Pass.
Do you want your seed back?
He will receive 1 poison counter. Look at that little token. There's no way. I haven't figured out a way, really, to build infect into the life counter. I really should. It's probably really easy. I just have not put any real thought into it besides doing it on the fly and then going, ah, that's right, shit.
One infect. But I would have put it next to the life total. Well, you could does the font support the phi?
You should put in the name. Michael Mapson has one infect.
Been infected.
So spell out one as well.
You're right. Hold on. So we need to start here. Dark Depths guy.
It's a draw card. Combat. 2.
Put around the name changes there. Nothing important. Just memes and malarkey.
Second main. I'll cast on the yourself. Pass.
But there's a way for infect right there. One infected amulet. We're going to count along like it's Sesame Street.
Whoa. Whoa. Huge.
So I arcane time to steal a Lux Sword, which then gets +1/+1 for each counter. And I attach it to my mark die. That's 4 counters. What are you playing? Playing Rhinos. I can't just play stock Rhinos. It's too boring. So
He wins too easily with it.
It's like I'm going insert modern.
I think that's just passes it out. Are we going to see Pierce to Powden beats?
Combat. 4.
Taxon for 4.
10. And then I'll cast on the
And we'll go to 12. There's another Pierce to Powden. Jesus Christ. If he plays a hammer, it's Ancestral Recall.
Every hammer's now ancestral.
Not the way that this is supposed to be.
Stupid card that I played before. That has 2 mana costs. If you pay 1, it does damage to flyers. If you pay the other, it does damage to
Fire spot.
that one. Yeah, fire spell.
I don't have red mana.
What's that? Get good.
I don't see a world where Mapson wins this game.
True. Good point. Still couldn't cast its red.
You're right. Metamorphosis.
Someone is shaking the area around the camera. Mighty fierce.
Draw card.
We are now brotherhoods in gamers.
I know. Pop the artifacts.
And
Okay.
Planeswalker, bro.
6.
Yes, that's why it's so
We've gone to
good.
combat, swinging in with 3 Pierce to Powdens.
Yeah.
Grazer will block one of them.
And
4 damage leaks through.
my context
Mapson goes to 6.
Pioneer, and Pioneer, like the artifact is kind of only relevant against Sack. Ever?
Low life total. I have not reflected this change, but it's okay, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. Where am I? The Stoneforge Mystic. Going to tutor up Colossus Hammer.
Hammer.
That Colossus Hammer is going to be Ancestral Recall, just like we talked about.
I just like don't have.
And Mapson just going to scoop it up. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you don't have to get hammered. Or if you're the hammer player, I hope you Sigard as a turn 2 kill somebody. I hope you feel good about it. Thank you.